All right, welcome to 2.3, solving multi-step equations. Our essential question, how do you solve multi-step equations in one variable? So we did one step, we did two step, and now we're going to do multi-step where maybe we'll have to combine some like terms or other steps before we can actually go about solving the equation. So rather long word problem, but hang with me here. You're buying movie tickets online for a group of your friends. You must enter the number of tickets you want. Right, each ticket costs $9, and then there's a separate $1 processing fee for every ticket that you purchase. Okay, there's also a one-time $5 service charge for the entire purchase, not per ticket, just $5 tacked onto the purchase. Okay, so how many tickets can you buy if you only have $45 to spend? Okay, so here's in picture form to help you out. You have, the $9 for every ticket you buy, right? So it's $9 for every ticket. Okay, the processing fee is $1 for every ticket. And then the service charge is just a $5 one time. Doesn't matter how many tickets you buy. You could buy a million tickets and you're going to get charged $5 for the service charge. Okay, and the total amount you spent was you have $45 to spend. Okay, and we'll add all these together. Okay, so our first step here, we need to combine some like terms because we have a 9t and a 1t. And so if we have 9t's and we add another one, then we end up with 10t's. Okay, plus 5 equals 45. Right, and now we solve our equation. We can make our wall minus 5 from each side. So we end up with 10t equals 40. And then we divide by 10, and t equals 4. 40 divided by 10 is 4. So we bought 4 tickets. All right, here's another ticket-related question. Jason bought 5 movie tickets and a bag of popcorn because he didn't sneak any candy into the movies, apparently. Jeremy bought 2 movie tickets, and together they spent $54 total. All right, if the popcorn cost $5, how much did each movie ticket cost? Okay. So Jason bought 5 tickets. So 5 times whatever the cost of the ticket was. And he bought popcorn. Now, the problem gives us the cost of popcorn. The popcorn costs $5. That's pretty cheap popcorn. Okay. And then Jeremy bought 2 movie tickets. And we don't know how much the movie tickets cost, right? So 2t. Okay. And they spent a total of $54. And so there we go. Now, similar to the last problem, we have 5 t's sitting over here and we have 2 t's sitting here, so let's combine them and make 7 t's plus 5 equals 54. Oh, that's way too far. Okay. Now our first step, we're going to subtract 5 minus 5. So we're left with 7t. Sorry guys, I'm doing this all with a mouse, so I'm doing the best I can here. 54 minus 5 is 49. Okay, and then we divide by 7. 49 divided by 7 is 7. And so each movie ticket costs $7. And we should probably put a label. $7. All right. Now this one. Okay, very similar to the problems we have been doing. The solution, what's the solution of 8x plus 5 minus 6x equals 25? Well, we have x's here and we have x's here. Those are called like terms, right? So we can put our like terms together. Okay, we have 8x's here. We have 6 minus 6x's here. Okay, I almost caught myself in a mistake, which mistakes are good chances to learn. Okay, remember we have minus 6x and positive 8x. So if we have plus 8x minus 6x, we're going to end up with 2x's left over. And we still have that plus 5 sitting there, and that equals 25. Okay, we make our wall. First step, subtract 5. I hope this is becoming second nature to you. We're left with 20 over here, and we got 2x on this side. And this is multiplication, so we need to divide. And divide by 2, we get x equals 10. All right? The solution of 12 times the quantity 3 minus x equals 60. Okay, now, first step here. There's two different ways you can go about doing it. Okay, and I'm okay with either one. One scenario, you can distribute. Okay, so you can multiply. You could do 12 times 3 is 36. 12 times negative x is negative 12x. And that equals 60. Okay, we'll go through both scenarios here. I think we have time. All right, and then in this case, you're going to subtract 36 from both sides. You're going to be left with minus 12x. And then 60 minus 36 gets you 24. And then you would divide by negative 12. You're left with x. And divide by negative 12. And it's going to be negative 2 as an answer. Okay, so that's one way you can do it. Let me change colors here. The other way you can do it is when you just start off with this. Okay. The other way you can do it is that this is really multiplication, right? And so you can just divide everything by 12. You cancel that out, and then you'll be left with 3 minus x. Divide by 12. And you're left with 60 divided by 12 is 5. Now, where would this one, and then obviously what we're going to have to do is subtract 3. We're left with negative x. Don't forget your negative is 2. And really, this is negative 1x, right? And so we can divide by negative 1. We're left with divide by negative 1. We're left with negative 2. So we get the same answer either way. Now, where I would prefer the blue method is if you know that, see, right away I saw that 60 divided by 12 comes out nicely. It comes out to 5, right? So if you had like 25 and 5, I would probably divide first. But if you had two numbers that didn't divide nicely, I would probably distribute. Okay, and like I said, both of them work. Take the one that's easier to you and the one that might work out. There will be times where this method is way easier and way cleaner. There will be times where this one's way easier. It just really depends, and that comes with experience, comes with trial and error, and getting halfway through the problem and going, oh gosh, I really should have done it the other way. Sometimes that happens. So experiment around, take what works and leave what doesn't work for you. All right, here, what's the solution of 3x divided by 4 minus x divided by 8 equals 5? All right. Well, here we do not have common denominators, right? This is divided by 4. This is divided by 8. They're not common denominators. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one, I'm going to turn it into eighths. Okay, and so how do I get this to be 8? Well, let's think of it this way: 3/4. Okay, we won't think about the x for right now. 3/4. If I wanted to convert that into eighths, what did I do down here? I had to multiply by 2, right? And so I'm going to have to multiply this one by 2 as well. So going back to our equation, that's the same as 6x divided by 8 minus x divided by 8 equals 5. And I didn't break any algebra rules there. I know it seems weird, but really, you think of it, isn't 1/2 the same as 2/4, which is the same as 5/10, which is the same as 50/100, right? you didn't change the number itself, you just changed how the fraction looked. Okay, so now that we have common denominators, what we can do is we can subtract the top numbers. All right, so if we'll just do it all over 8 here. Okay, so 6x minus x gets us 5x, and that equals 5. Okay, now we need to multiply by 8 to get rid of the fraction. So we get 5x equals 40. And then we're going to divide by 5. So we get x equals 8. All right, problem 5. Try to get this done. This is our last problem. Try to get this done in 4 minutes. All right, what is the solution of 2.3 minus 0.05x equals 4.8? Now, don't let the decimals throw you off. They're just numbers. Your calculator does decimals. Trust your calculator in times like this. All right, so what we're going to do, really, this is add plus 2.3. So we're going to subtract 2.3 from both sides. Now, some people will like multiply by 100 right off the bat to get rid of the decimal. That's fine. I would just rather do it and use the calculator and be done with it. Okay, so we can subtract these just like normal. Okay, this is like a 0 right here. So we have 8 minus 3 is 5, and then 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay, and then over here, we're going to divide by negative 0.05, and that'll cancel out, and we'll be left with x, and also divide negative 0.05. Okay, now I'm going to let my calculator do this for me. Okay, so we got 2.5 divided by 0.05. We're going to change it to negative, and it equals negative 50. And don't forget my negative out here. Okay, and if we wanted to double check, you can just go right back in with your calculator, plug in negative 50 for x, and see if you get 4.8. You do 2.3 minus 0.05 times 50, or negative 50, sorry, and you should get this number. All right, here's the practice problems for you. The more you practice, the better you get. Okay, I'm here to help you. Please ask questions. Please, please, please ask questions. I can't emphasize that enough. Always remember, no work equals no points. All right, that's 2.3.